We haven't built anything new in a long time, so it is time to change that. Majority of you saw my how to build a CD enclosure video, and since then I was thinking how I should probably improve that design in more appealing way. So I was thinking how could I make some smaller enclosure out of glass and to make sure that enclosures are stackable. I believe I have some interesting design. In theory it should work, but we will see about that once we build it. So the dimensions will be, let me actually bring it. This is the CD enclosure. So I will do roughly the same dimensions. You see, it is roughly the same. But it is easy to make it shorter or taller if you want more arboreal enclosure. If you want the terrestrial enclosure or if you want more arboreal enclosure. These dimensions are almost universal. I can keep terrestrial species inside and I can also keep arboreal, because if you want to keep terrestrial, you can easily add more substrate so it's not too tall, and if you want arboreal species inside, you just put small amounts of substrate and just have a lot of room above the substrate. So it's kind of universal. The only problem that now I have, the glass that I ordered, I will show you with this camera, the glass isn't cut perfectly on the other side. It is a bit better, but there are still a lot of differences, and also like this, you see how different those sides are, and all of them should be the same dimensions. I made the design that way. So not really precise work here, but hopefully that won't be the problem in the design. The only thing that concerns me, since I want it stackable, I need one enclosure to fit on the other almost perfectly. So that is the only concerning factor. But we will see it once I make it. So the first thing that I want to do is connect sides with the bottom. Let's do that. Oh, and yes, I'm making 2 enclosures at a time, so I can be sure that they are stackable. That's why I need at least 2 enclosures. And I will also in the same time use this, so I can attach the other side. You will see from this angle when I will be doing that. So let's first silicone that and then we'll carry on. I will apply silicone to both sides, this and this, because in the same time, as I said, I will be also attaching this side. And once I attach this, it's nearly impossible to add silicone like this. So you will see. I want really thin layer. Now the tricky part. Seems fine. Now the other. There. Looking good. Actually, I will use this just for one. Now to find something else that can hold this. Okay, I hope this will work. There we go. That is the first step. Now to let it dry to attach front and back lid. Step 2. 6 hours has passed, and even though for silicone to fully cure I usually let it for 24 hours, but I think that it will be fine for what I plan to do. I just need to be really gentle. That was not terrible. Now this piece is going right here. There's one, now the second one. Okay, now to do the back side. No harm done. Now to do the back side. Flipping time. It is holding good, and that's good. So now the second side. You know, silicone and stuff. There we go. Now again, let's wait it to dry. And now I will show you where real magic happens. The enclosures are basically complete. I only need to put ventilations, but as I said, these will be stackable enclosures. At least that's how I intend it to be. And how I plan to achieve this stackability, I will show you now. I have this additional part of glass, and it should be big just enough to fit in this opening. It snugly fits in. And now what I'm about to do, I will silicone it to the bottom part of this enclosure. Ta-da! That's it, it works! I added these ventilations, and I also added these pads on bottom side of this enclosure, and you can see the basic idea in works now. As I said, these two are basically identical. The only difference is this one got this, you see, additional part of glass, unlike this one. This one got pads, and this one got this additional glass that I siliconed really badly. But the main point is, this glass fits right inside this enclosure. So when it goes like this, it won't move. And at the same time, it serves as top lid of this enclosure. And then you have top lid, that is basically just two glass silicone together. Same principle. Ta-da! Now you can easily make like 3 more of these with this bottom side, and then just stack one on top of the other. And the result will be same like I have these CD enclosures, but this thing will be much more safer. Because first it weighs more, because this is glass and this is plastic. So glass weighs more than plastic, and therefore it will be more stable. And then the second part is, since these two are basically connected to each other, you can't really knock it down. As if I would hit the top enclosure like this, it would just fall down. And this thing, it doesn't move. And if you don't want to have stacks of enclosure, if you just want to have one enclosure like this one, this also fits. So now you have just one enclosure, you can have multiple enclosures lined up together without stacking. It works just fine, but this is the real deal. I'm so satisfied how it turned out, but the real end product is really messy. Let me explain why. You see this edge, how it's not lined perfectly? That's because this side wasn't cut as it should be. It should be wider, so it fits better. Same goes for this. Basically the glassman that cut this glass for me messed up. This is not really nice looking. You can also see here, you have this edge, and that's not supposed to look like that. But overall, with all its flaws, I still think it looks very nice, don't you think? Now we need to test how it works in real life. I have one of my Nhandu chromatus that needs rehouse badly. It will go in one enclosure, and in the other enclosure I will finally transfer the mantis. Even before it molted, it was too big for its enclosure, but now all of that will change. And speaking of mantis, I have one little shout out. Give me a second. You remember Halvor? He was the one that gave me beetles. On his Facebook page he's having a mantis ooth giveaway. So if you want to participate, make sure to check it out. I will link the Facebook page in the description. So I will put mantis in top enclosure, and I will put Nhandu chromatus in bottom enclosure. So let's first transfer the Nhandu. Quickly set up the enclosure, and that way I will easily demonstrate how this enclosure can in the same time be arboreal and terrestrial. So if you want to keep arboreal tarantula inside, terrestrial tarantula inside, just add more substrate. This will be a starter hide if it wants to dig under it. Mantis is so calm. Oh, nope. Come on. There we go. This was a bit sloppy, but it worked in the end. What have I done? Sorry, I think that you will need to take a shower. So that was Nhandu chromatus, and now I will set it up for the mantis. And for arboreal setup, you just add smaller amount of substrate, like this. Now you see how much space, vertical space it actually got. More than enough. Now I want to use this in the mantis enclosure. A really cool piece of wood. And I want to fit it inside, but without any glue. And I'm not sure if that will be possible. I want to break it somewhere here and then bend it down. I don't know, I will just try. There. Let's see if that fits now. Actually, that fits really good. Look. It looks really nice. And now mantis have a place to hang upside down for molting, but also has areas to walk around. I really like this. Okay. Now it has much more space than it used to. And we should actually feed it. Mantis? Oh? Was that miss or what? Oh, yeah, definitely miss. Got him. That was a bit sloppy catch from her, but it got it. Right, now you had some bonus feeding clip. So this goes here. And this goes here. I think that this is really a good looking enclosure. Actually, two enclosures. It is eating his head. Oh. That would be new do-it-yourself enclosure. Now in the future I would like to be able to make and sell my own enclosures, so let me know if this is the design that you would be interested in, because I will definitely make more for myself. I just need to get the glass that is precisely cut as I need it, because otherwise you get this mess. But overall I think that a lot of you will like this design, and of course the possibilities with it, that you can get more of this however you would like. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you will attempt to do something like this by yourself, because it's not really that complicated. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel even more, there's a Patreon page. If you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I upload every Monday and Friday. To see you again soon. Bye.